and welcome back to another video. Today we are here to break down some Seahawks news. Reports have said and sources have confirmed, including from the Seattle Seahawks official Twitter account, that the Seahawks are signing defensive end Aldon Smith to a one-year contract. Money not yet known. However, it is confirmed that he is coming to the Seahawks. I'm sure we will get money pretty soon. Automatically, very excited about this move, Mike. Hard not to be. What do you think?
I love me some D linemen. Aldon Smith has struggled in his career with some substance abuse. He seemed to have gotten that under control, which is great. Good for him. Hopefully it's good for the Seahawks also. Hopefully he can play a whole 16 games, stays healthy, stays out of trouble with the league. And, I mean, this is a guy, I remember this when he was a 49er. It is terrifying. I believe he had, 16 sacks in a single season.
19 and a half.
19
In
and
the
a
year that we
half.
won the Super Bowl, he had 19 and a half sacks.
I remember. He was down. I would put the fear of God into me. And I wasn't even on the field. Are we going to get 19 and a half sacks from Aldon Smith? Absolutely not. But if we can get 5+ sacks from Aldon Smith, absolute W. I love it. It's very obvious that Seattle's the way they're building their defensive line is not top heavy. They're having a good rotation of guys who are all solid, no superstars, but guys who are solid, who can get to the passer. They want to keep those guys fresh. I guarantee that they're going to have a lot of substitution among the defensive line if they stay healthy, and if not, that they have good depth for when players go down with injuries. So love this signing. Love bringing in Aldon Smith. He was good for the Cowboys last year. I believe he sacked Russell Wilson twice last year. Three times. Oh, my God.
3 of his 5 sacks were on Russell Wilson in that game. So.
Nice. I remember Aldon Smith kicked our butt that game, and I was like, We tried to trade for him last season, I believe, and then we settled for Carlos Dunlap, which I'm not complaining.
It's not settling for anything.
And then John Schneider said, I'll take both. So I love it, honestly. I think it's a great move.
So I heard a story yesterday when he visited, and it turned out that he visited. The ESPN reporter for the Cowboys, his name currently blanking, but he said that Seattle came very close to signing him on the same day that they signed Benson Mayowa and Kerry Hyder. Came very close to signing him, but the deal fell through due to personal reasons. So that concerned me at first, right? What is the personal reason? Is it COVID? Is it family? Is it maybe his personal reason? Like he's having issues? I didn't want to assume, but I was a little worried that it might not work out, even though I really wanted to bring him in because the upside is just through the roof. But it turns out, I believe everything's well because he visited. I'm sure that visit was not even a ton about football. I'm sure that visit was a lot about just getting to know each other, as person to person, and just trying to see what he's like. Because obviously there's a lot of reports of, he's a cancer in the locker room. He's not a good influence on the team. He has a nasty past history. So I think it's very good that we're meeting with him and it still checked all the boxes. We met with him and they're like, oh yeah, everything's still checking out. So that's very pleasing to me. And I mean, real quick question, obviously, like you said, we are very deep. We're really not top heavy. We have a couple pretty good defensive ends, but nothing great. I mean, nothing incredible. So just purely depth-wise, would it be fair to say that the Seahawks have the best defensive line in the NFC West?
Yes.
Hot take.
Yes.
I think yes as well. Depth-wise, if the NFL were to be a game that was 180 minutes, we would be fresh the whole game. We'd be fresh the whole game.
Yeah. The Rams, obviously, okay, we don't have Aaron Donald. We don't have anybody close to Aaron Donald. We don't have Nick Bosa. We don't have Chandler Jones. But like you said, it's whole depth. So when, Aaron Donald needs to get, temporarily gets tired of sacking quarterbacks and needs a water break, well, then our guys are going in there and they're fresh and they're healthy. I think a better way to phrase what you said is we have the best defensive line rotation in the NFC West, which, is more about depth than it is about superstars. But yeah, no, our rotation is really, really solid. Again, not a lot of superstars, but there's just a lot of solid guys. And if we can get 4 or 5 guys that can get 5-ish sacks, that's a great year. We had just 2 years ago, our top sacker had 3. So if we can get 5 from 3, 4, 5 people, I mean that's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what we have now. Jamal Adams coming up a 9.5 sack year. Kerry Hyder, 8.5 sacks. Carlos Dunlap had 5 sacks with us in 5 games after coming here midseason.
Right.
And he didn't even play all the games that he had an opportunity to play. He didn't even play all of them.
Neither did Jamal, and neither did Kerry Hyder, for what it's
Yeah.
worth.
So, and then you also are bringing back Mayoa. You have Daryl Taylor, who is still unproven. You have Alton Robinson, who I think will grow.
Mm-hmm.
And then now Aldon Smith. Like, that's a nasty defensive end rotation. But my question is, like, Smith has history at the linebacker. Now, does this kind of spell the end to KJ Wright? Because KJ Wright has routinely said that he will not take a hometown discount. He won't do it. He's still probably asking for $7+ million, like more than he was earning on his last contract, which was $7 million. So you're kind of looking at it like, could Aldon Smith.
Yeah.
Too many Aldon and Altons and all that.
Yeah.
But Aldon Smith, or I've heard a name, Daryl Taylor. Could Daryl Taylor or Aldon Smith play strong side linebacker and line up very close to the line of scrimmage and use that speed? Because last time I checked, I believe Aldon Smith weighed in at 255, 260. So
I mean,
that's what I saw, at least from a Seahawks insider. I don't know what the most recent.
yeah, he's 258. I mean, that's a big dude right there.
Yeah.
Could he?
It's
I'm not sure.
tough.
I'm not sure. And the reason I'm not sure is because KJ Wright's best ability, like KJ Wright is not really a pass rusher. KJ Wright is a great pass coverage linebacker. I don't know. I genuinely don't know if Daryl Taylor is. He hasn't played. Like he didn't play at all this year. I don't think Alex Smith. I'm gonna mess up. We're gonna mess up his name 100 times. Aldon Smith. I don't know if Aldon Smith is type of linebacker to play the kind of scheme that Seattle needs him to play, where they often have him in pass coverage. So I would say probably not for Aldon Smith, but I would put a pin in it, and I have to see with Daryl Taylor.
It's tough because you don't really know what's going to develop there.
Right.
We're going to see what's going to happen with KJ Wright, but I want to talk about what this defense. But for this final little part of the video here, we're going to talk about, like, what does this mean for the defense as a whole? Because what I want to say is that usually how defenses are run, you want to have a great secondary and a great pass rush. That's why the best defenses, like the Rams and the 2013 Seahawks and the 2015 Broncos, have had Von Miller and a great pass rush.
Right.
I mean, Von Miller and a great pass defense, or Aaron Donald and a great pass defense, or Richard Sherman and Michael Bennett, stuff like that. So this likely means for the defense, I think the strategy that they're going for. We all know that a great pass rush can cancel out a bad secondary, and a good secondary can cancel out a bad pass rush. It looks like they're going for the strategy of, we're going to hope that we can sack you in 3 seconds before a receiver gets
up. Yeah, that's what it's looking like as of right now. I think personally, if you're looking at how it frames the defense, I can see, honestly, us not switching to, but maybe lining up in a 5-2, putting 5 defensive linemen on the field, really take advantage of the depth at defensive line, have 2 linebackers back there, Bobby and Jordan Brooks, because you know what? You can't throw to your receiver who's wide open 30 yards down the field if you don't got time. So, I mean, that's all I'll say. I think it's more important to have a good pass rush because, if you have a good pass rush, quarterback can't make throws. Whereas if your secondary is good, but you can't rush the passer, he could just wait all back there. And any NFL quarterback, if given enough time, could complete a pass. But the key is to get in his face, disrupt the timing, all that. So I don't know. I really like Aldon Smith. I don't think he'll play linebacker, but I like him off the edge. And man, we got some good rotations in there. I mean, those guys are going to be, unless they're really out of shape, they are going to be fresh and ready to go and giving hell to the opposing offensive tackles.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel you there. I mean, this is our best pass rush since 2014 when
Yeah,
Cliff April and Michael Bennett both had double-digit sacks.
absolutely.
This is our best pass rush. I mean, I think that there's a legitimate chance that Carlos and Jamal, if they both play all games, can get 10 plus sacks. I think that there's a legitimate chance that that could happen.
I think combined for 20. Two of them could combine for 20 for sure.
Yeah. And then you're looking at Kerry Hyder. I think he's probably going to start at the other defensive end position. You might be asking for, I don't know, 6, 7 sacks out of him. And if he's playing more than 50% of the snaps, I don't think that's insane to ask for. Then, as a rotation, you're maybe asking for 4 plus from Aldon Smith. You're asking for 4 plus from Daryl Taylor. You're asking for 4 plus from Alton Robinson. And then maybe the guys who might make the team, like, or I also forgot Benson Mayowa. You're probably going to get 4 plus from him as well.
Yeah.
I think that Seattle is building a really, really deep pass rush. Like, I'm very excited for what they're doing here. And I think it has potential to really wreak havoc.
So did you end up adding the numbers that you just did in your head into a total number? Because
no.
So let's do that really quick. So we've got 20 from Carlos and Jamal. It's 20 right there.
Yep.
And we've got like 6 for Kerry Hyder. So that's like 26, right?
Yeah.
And
let's say 5 from Aldon Smith.
Okay, so we're at 31. Let's say 2 for Bobby and 2 for Jordan. So we're at 35.
Then let's say maybe we throw in 4 from Daryl Taylor.
Okay. So now we're at 39.
4 from Alton Robinson.
43.
4 from Benson Mayowa.
47.
And, maybe then you sprinkle in LJ Collier and Rasheem Green, and Puna maybe gets a couple. Mm-hmm. And Al Woods maybe gets a couple.
So we're breaking 50.
That's legit. Yeah.
We're breaking 50.
Which is usually top 10 in the NFL.
I was just about to mention that really fast. So I'm looking at the 2020 sack leaders. By the way, Seattle ranked 7th. We had 46, which is actually really good. We had 6 safeties last year. I totally did not even realize that. We led the league in safeties, which is a cool stat. Fun fact of the day from Always Compete. Anyway, last year, the Pittsburgh Steelers had 56 sacks, right? Los Angeles Rams had 53. If we have 50, we'd rank 3rd. Ranking a top 3 in pass rush is phenomenal. That's phenomenal. That is fantastic production. That averages a little over 3 sacks a game.
Yeah. And I mean, with what we just mentioned, is it totally insane to say that we won't get 50 sacks? I mean, with the depth that we have, it's likely that like Kerry Hyder, Carlos, Jamal, and Aldon Smith will likely all get 5 plus sacks.
Yeah.
Chances are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we can get that to go, that would be pretty ridiculous. And I think it's definitely something to monitor. And it really could swing our defense around because it would then be asking less from Ahkello Witherspoon and DJ Reed. It would be like, hey, just make sure you stick on to him for the first 3 to 4 seconds, and then our defensive line can get there. That's kind of what we're asking for. And I think it really fits with what Seattle has right now at corner.
Yeah, totally agree. So to conclude, we love the move. Our defensive line, rotation-wise, is looking phenomenal. I think that we could break the 50-sack mark this year. Our pass rush could help overcompensate for our less than stellar secondary. And I think that our defense could be pretty solid next year. So that's how we feel about the Aldon Smith signing. We went on a little bit of a tangent, but we typically do. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure to like, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. Let us know down below how you think about the Aldon Smith signing with the Seahawks. And if you guys got any other questions or any other videos you want us to make sure to drop them down below, and we'll get to it. Sam, anything else before we leave?
Nothing much. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts, whether that's Apple or Spotify, Google Podcast, Anchor, wherever you get them. It's there. And we hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace out.
Peace.